Ooh, it's playing. Oh my god.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Okay. Hello.
We have just seen Need for Speed.
That was awful.
I thought it was great.
Yeah, he did. He liked it. Why did you like it?
Well, because it had a lot of action, it was funny.
It was no, it wasn't funny.
Awesome.
It wasn't funny. There was this one part. Okay, I'm not gonna spoil it. There's just this one part. If you watch Schmo's Nose review of it, they are also talking about this one part, and I didn't know what they were talking about before I saw it. It's like every time someone says in a review, they don't want to spoil it, but they're talking about this one part, but they don't want to spoil it, and I don't know what they're talking about. I go see the movie, I don't know what they're talking about, but this time I did, and it was awful.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, even he liked it. That was a bad scene.
I was cringing like the entire time.
Michael Bay could have directed this. I mean,
yeah.
No one would guess. But the thing is, Michael Bay uses a lot of CGI, and there was no CGI in this, was there?
No, there was not.
Yeah, it's a dying art, and Hollywood is using CGI. So yeah. What else?
Well, I thought that...
We're gonna cut this together, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, we're gonna need to cut this together.
And, yeah. I really liked the action sequences, which is what the movie is all about. I mean, it really isn't about the plot. It really wasn't trying to be that way. It was trying to be a good old-fashioned, thriller, racer type thing.
I mean, even though I didn't like this movie that much, but it has a 23 on Rotten Tomatoes, and that kind of threw me off, and I was like, oh, this is going to be terrible. It's only 3% above Transformers 2, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be. I liked it a lot more than I thought it would.
Well, I guess if you go into a movie thinking that it's going to be bad, then you probably are going to think it's going to be bad, no matter how good it really is. I mean, it wasn't that good. I mean, it wasn't like The Dark Knight or anything like that, but still, it wasn't trying to be that way.
You see, but anything... We just saw the movie, so give it a week, and I probably will forget everything I said, and I probably will hate it, because a lot of the things that were awesome about it were the action sequences, which, of course, because they didn't have anything to do with the story, I'll probably forget about them.
Yes, you will.
But it made me like cars, though, a lot more. And I didn't think that was possible, but I liked it. In the trailer, you see a bunch of different car chases, and I thought they were going to be kind of pointless, because there's one race, and there's a Elemento and a Bugatti Veyron, but then there's one race, and it's... whatever. There's this one race, and it's all Koenigsegg's, and there's one... Now he's got a Mustang, but how is he in the Koenigsegg? And I thought it was just going to be a bunch of stupid plot ideas to get him into different cars and shove in a bunch of different races. But that was actually... It was actually really interesting how they transitioned from each races. There was actually a point. It wasn't any kind of... They weren't forced. They actually had to do with the plot. And the Koenigsegg race, that was... there were only 3 Koenigsegg's. There weren't as many as I thought there would be in the trailer. But that was probably the coolest race. And it was the most emotional because, well, yeah, it was a cool scene.
See, you gotta give that Wong guy some credit. Wait, was his name Steve Wong?
Who?
The director.
Steve Waugh. Scott Waugh.
Oh, Waugh, yeah. Scott Waugh, yeah. And also, the soundtrack wasn't half bad either. It was pretty good.
Yeah, we like pointing out soundtracks. I mean, we're making this review, but over there, we're making another video, and with the titles, we make a lot of videos where the titles to the video, we play a lot of different soundtracks with them, so we're very much into soundtracks. We like Hans Zimmer, James Newton Howard, Steve Jablonsky, and all those. So, yeah, we like to point out that the soundtrack was pretty decent. I mean, I didn't hear it a lot. It was just a bunch of songs with lyrics to me. But it was pretty good.
Yeah. So, is there anything else you'd like to talk about Need for Speed?
Oh, God, I thought there would be a lot more. But that's the thing, when I went to see in the movie, even though I thought it was bad, I thought there'd be a lot more now, didn't I? But there wasn't.
Hey, Ben, you should probably get your head closer to the thing.
Yeah, should I?
Yeah. Well, no, not that close.
Yeah, because my head, sitting here right now, it didn't look that bad.
Well, yeah, like that, it's better. Because before, your face was half in and half out, and it was kind of throwing me off.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a Lego person here. I've been kind of focusing on him.
Jedi.
So what did you think of that dude that showed up with helicopters and then planes and then a military helicopter, but then it was a news reporter helicopter? He was back in his plane again, and suddenly his plane is broken. He's like, come on, baby, start. But why would he do that? I thought the plane was working fine. He showed up with a bunch of different stuff. Why did he do that? How did he get all the other stuff? Now he was apparently And he didn't steal them because you saw people working with the news. Like when he was in the news helicopter, you saw people working with the news and working with the camera. They were like, "Get back here! You did terrible work or whatever." They were talking to him like he had a job there. And when he was in the military helicopter, he got called back to base and he had to like serve, like he was like in a cell or something there because he disobeyed orders or whatever. So they were treating him like he was a military person. So he has a bunch of different jobs.
See, well, maybe he's a drifter. See, he floats around a lot. He doesn't have one specific job.
It took play. You can't be a military person and a news person and a car repair person.
Hey, you never know. We're talking about the guy. Oh my gosh, the computer.
That computer just shut off.
The computer just shut off.
Why did it shut off?
I don't know. It overheated because it's a piece of crap. But anyway, yeah.
We have this wire thing. You can see that. Yeah, we have this wire thing. We're trying to put another video on the laptop. It just failed again, apparently.
Well, yeah, I didn't even save it. Dang it. Well, I did save it, but yeah. So
well, that kind of killed the mood here.
Yeah, we might not be releasing these today. Or like
that doesn't matter, because if you're watching this, we've obviously released it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. So what else? There isn't much else in that movie, is there? It's just a bunch of car scenes and no reasonable plot within there. And yeah. I heard there was going to be a forced romance in the movie. That didn't get under my skin a lot. Like, there's a girl that shows up in the beginning, and he's with the rich dude in the Mercedes SLR or whatever. And I thought she was going to be a love interest, but obviously she wasn't, actually. So that kind of, like, that little thing, like, I was expecting that to happen, but it didn't. It's not that big of a deal, but that made it less bad than it actually was.
Well, I will say this. I liked the blonde chick. She was pretty cool. It didn't help. Well, it helped
she wasn't
a lot
annoying.
that she was British. Yeah, like British too. I have a fascination with British people. I don't know why. They're pretty cool.
A fascination for British people.
Yes, I don't know why. I don't know why.
These other people with just accents, he's fascinated by them.
Yes, and that's why you're Two-Face.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
It's a hat!
Why would you do that? Yeah. Okay, come on. What's something else we can talk about?
Well,
obviously the director likes cars. I mean, there were a lot of references to other movies. I counted one.
Yes, there was when he was driving up to that movie. It was playing Bullet. I think it was Bullet. Yeah. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, if a director here didn't like cars, well... That's the thing that sets it apart from Transformers. If you saw earlier, I compared it to Transformers. It was better than Transformers because the person that was making the movie actually liked the subject it was about. Michael Bay doesn't like Transformers, guys. I hate to break it to you. He likes money. Have you seen his house in Miami?
That's all he cares about, man.
It's white, and it hangs over a cliff. It reminds you of any billionaire in a movie about superheroes. Yeah, right, that was needed. Yeah. Okay, what else? The doors on the Koenigseggs in that movie looked awesome.
Yeah.
Well, actually... there were lots of things that kind of took me out, because obviously there isn't an interesting plot in the movie, so obviously a lot of things took me out. Like, I already told you about this scene when there was the garage, and then there was the red Koenigsegg, the white Koenigsegg, and the silver Koenigsegg, and the silver one was the one that kind of got like, he was in the back of the race, so obviously it was a real Koenigsegg, but then the white and the red one were like in the main part of the race, so they were going to be like crashing and stuff. They were the fake ones, and they were parked, so you could only see the back, so you couldn't see the front, so you wouldn't know they were replicas, because they were, like, replicas or whatever. So the real one was parked in the front, so you could see the front of it, but the replicas were parked, so you could only see the back. And when you saw the front during the race, you don't have to be too much of a car person to realize they were replicas. I mean, the Bugatti Veyron, the lights on the Veyron, because there were a lot of replicas, not just the Koenigseggs, the lights, there was quite a gap between the lights and the body panels, the front headlights, if you notice. You probably won't. I just noticed it in pictures. I can't remember if it was in pictures or the movie. But yeah.
And also one thing I need to point out is that they called Okay, so in the movie they called the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento the Lamborghini Elemento.
Yes.
They forgot the Sesto. And also, you know...
It's just the element. It's called the 6 element, not just the Lamborghini element.
And also, if you know anything about the Sesto Elemento...
I pointed this out. I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, you would know that it's a replica because...
It had electric windows.
When the guy in the movie... I don't know why I'm having a brain fire. I forgot his... Toby. He goes to...
Dino.
Yeah, Dino, and...
Dino's in the Sesto Elemento.
He knocks on his door, and he rolls down the windows. That's a dead giveaway.
Yeah, because...
The Sesto Elemento does not have...
Yeah, it doesn't have electric windows. It's like, if you open the door on the Sesto Elemento, God knows you would... If it's possible for you to see when it's 120. But, if you do, when you open the door, the window is plastic, and because it's lightweight, it's a very light car, and it has a hole in it, like a race car. It's got like a tiny window where you just slide open, but it's like a small section of the big plastic window. And there was leather in the car, in the interior, which I could tell, which was a dead giveaway that it wasn't real. But other than those small faults, the replicas were really cool.
Yeah.
They look nice, but they cost like $300,000, which is better than $2 million. Which, that's another thing to point out. All the cars in this movie, other than the Mustang, well, actually, other than like the older muscle cars, whatever, there's no entry-level supercars in this movie. It's either really cheap cars or really expensive cars, like Koenigsegg, Bugatti, McLaren P1, GTA Sperano. All those, they all cost over $1 million. And then you've got the races with the muscle cars that cost like a small amount. And then you've got this... What?
And the worst part is... there's no Jaguar.
He likes the Jaguar F-Type.
I love it so much.
Yeah, he likes it. It's his desktop.
Sorry, I have to go and get a tissue.
That's a state. There's no tissues up there. But yeah, even the Mustang. There was a Mustang a red one. It was a 2014 one. It showed up at the end of the movie, and it's obviously like $30,000. And then the modified Mustang, which you see, it's silver and it's got like either blue or purple stripes on it. I can't remember. But that one would obviously cost more because it was modified. But it didn't cost $100,000. It didn't cost like $30,000 like the entry level Mustang. Or it didn't cost something like $100,000 like an entry level supercar. It costed $2.7 million, all the way on the other end of the spectrum. I don't know. But yeah, so. I don't know if he's faking or not. Yeah, he's not faking. But anyway, one of the replicas that was really cool to me was the McLaren P1 replica, because that one was just... The Bugatti had gaps in the lights and everything, and then the GTA Spanner, which was the yellow car. I didn't really notice any faults because I don't know anything about it, but the McLaren P1 was probably my favorite car in the movie. It was a replica. But it was the best looking. Do you want to get back up? Because...
I was trying to see if you could see me. Okay.
I could.
Okay.
Yeah, I just knew you were down there. I'm too much of a car person. I'm starting to talk about the replicas, not the movie. What else can we talk about?
I'm not sure.
How was the acting?
It was spot on.
No, it wasn't. Obviously, in this review, I've made a lot of comparisons to Transformers 2. The dude that played Leo, he was in the movie. And then Achman-Ra from Night at the Museum was also in the movie.
Let's see, so what was the guy's name who played Toby?
Aaron Paul.
Yeah, Aaron Paul.
Yeah,
that guy was
Breaking
awesome.
Bad. We saw a trailer for Godzilla before the movie with Bryan Cranston.
It's probably, of course, my favorite performance. He was really good.
Of course it was.
Alongside the black guy, that guy was really cool.
Where did he get the helicopters?
I don't know, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I mean, that's... Now, I'm going to make a point here. I watch a lot of critics, obviously, and they were all saying the same thing. They all said it's not a good movie, but if you can just tune out of that and enjoy it for what it is, and if you like cars and you just enjoy action and stuff, this movie's for you. And I was sitting there like, I could do that, but I like movies. I'm obviously doing this. Could I do? I could do it. It was easier than I thought to just block myself out of the story and just watch the action, which was really good, because there were a lot of good parts of the story that don't really shine in a 23% review of Rotten Tomatoes. It was better than that. It just wasn't that good. I would give, if I were on Rotten Tomatoes, I'd give it like in the 50s, which is a higher up.
Well, is that it?
No.
We're already running on like 15 minutes of footage here.
Bear track. Remember that scene when they were trying to top out the top speed of the Mustang? We noticed that they were at Road Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think that was Road. I mean, they filmed a lot of the movie in Atlanta. We have a friend that at their church they saw them filming. I don't know. They said they didn't see the cars or. Did they see anything?
I don't remember anything about that.
They didn't tell you?
No. Wait, who told you?
Paul and John.
John?
They at their church. They saw. I don't know, but
They never told me about that.
Yeah, and then my aunt has a friend who, I talked to him at one of their parties, and he was telling me all about all these cars that they had. So yeah, he saw them filming, and he said, "Oh, so that was so long ago," and I just realized he told me they had a Lamborghini Veneno, which is probably the Zesto Memento. He said they had a Huayra. No, not a Huayra, a Zonda, I think.
It's like this is the first time in the whole video when you're actually looking at me, because the whole time you were staring at the screen like this and talking big serious, and then now you're just like sitting back, and like,
Yeah, but where was I going with this? Oh yeah, they filmed. That's what I was saying. They filmed a lot of it in Atlanta, so that's why I assumed that course was Road Atlanta. And if you haven't seen the movie, if you have, the part I'm talking about is when they are trying to get the top speed of the Mustang at 230 miles per hour. About they got to 234 in a Mustang. In a Mustang.
Well, it was being made by Carroll Shelby.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That was one of the parts that you probably didn't see me. You were focused on the screen, but I turned over to you, and I thought that was really cool how they I don't know if I want to this isn't really a spoiler, but they connect the Mustang in this movie and Carroll Shelby, which I thought was really cool. Obviously they said it was the one that they were working on before Carroll Shelby died, which was awesome.
God bless Carroll Shelby.
And when did he die? May of 2012. That was
Yep.
it. 13, 12, 2012.
12.
It was 12. Yeah.
So, was that it?
No, let me think.
No. It was like,
There's got to be something
No.
else. Look at the time, because we got to cut out this big pause.
Chassis. Well, no, that clock doesn't even, it works, it just doesn't have the time.
Wait, do you think I was pointing at that? No, I'm talking about this.
Oh, it's...
I'm talking about, we got to know what part of the video this is so we can cut out this whole pause.
This is around 18 minutes.
Alright, 18 minutes. Okay, so I think that's... Yeah, I think after a long pause that was just cut out, I think that's it.
Yep.
Let's come up with a rating system right here and now. Okay, something out of 11.
11? Why 11?
Because no one else does it.
Oh, yeah, we'll be original!
No, actually, I've had an idea. Theoretical rating and personal rating is my idea. Theoretical rating is what you would... what you just... Based on the facts of any critic, what you would give it. If you think it's entertaining but you realize it's a bad movie, this is the perfect rating system for you. Because you can give it a theoretical rating and you can recognize it's not a good movie, but with your personal rating, you can just give what you thought of it. Something out of 10. So, what is your theoretical rating of this movie?
Let's see.
I'll go first.
Okay.
4 out of 10. Because that's pretty high considering what it was. Okay, so what's yours? Theoretical. Think theoretical. You can go mad with your personal rating.
Mine would be 5 out of 10.
Okay. My personal rating? 5 out of 10. Yeah.
My personal rating? 8 out of 10. I thought it was really good. Everybody's gonna be like, "No, you're such a freaking idiot, man. That movie sucked." The only thing that was good about it was the car races. I thought it was great all the way. I thought it was great all the way through.
He's insane, but it's not a bad movie.
I am.
It's not a bad movie. Good for you for having an opinion, because
I've lived through Arkham Asylum. I am insane.
I should do a review of the Arkham movies on YouTube. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, we haven't played them.
Movies.
Oh, I
Movies
thought
on
you said
YouTube.
game.
Yeah, no, definitely not. I can't do that. But anyway, yeah, this review is getting way too long, so I think we'll conclude on that. So I give it a 4 and a 5. He gives it a 5 and an 8.
An 8. Yes, I'm way more lenient than this guy is to movies.
He liked Man of Steel, guys.
But it was an amazing movie.
I like Star Wars, guys. I like Lord of the Rings. I like
And on
good
that
movies.
bombshell,
It is time to end. Thank you so much for watching. See you next week. And good night.